Okay, my name's Martyn Ashton, this is the Animal Bike Tour, and we're here to entertain the crowds with bicycle stunts and make them smile.
Is it gone well so far?
It's been awesome actually, yeah. It's only Friday, so it's snowing a lot outside, so we were worried no one's going to turn up, but they've turned up in their droves, and yesterday was really busy too, and the show looks great actually. It's bigger than it's been before, so it's really really exciting to see a lot of people here. So.
And
yeah,
who,
it's good.
Who have you been working with today? Have you been working with people who also ride bikes?
Yeah, well on the show we've got Blake Sampson, who's a dirt jump rider, we've got Luke Madigan, who's our free runner, and I ride trial, so hopping around doing sort of like quite technical riding. And we put a show together that sort of incorporates all those styles of riding, something that's entertaining. But there's lots of other riders on the pump track over the back. Tom Dowy's over there and Scott Beaumont, who's a really famous four-cross rider from the UK. So yeah, there's plenty of riders around, they're all pretty good.
Recently you've put well, you call it a viral, I was talking earlier about it couldn't be...
Yes, the viral,
infection.
the infection. Yeah.
But yeah, you put a video up recently. Could you explain to us what that is? Because I mean, yeah. I know you had a lot of people coming over and talking to you today. Yeah,
it's nice actually being here and hearing actual responses. Oh, you get little comments on the video and stuff, but to actually have someone like physically in front of you saying, oh, I really loved your video. Yeah, it's really nice to get that. It's called Road Bike Party. It's me riding my kind of riding, trial stunts, but on a bike that's not traditionally used for that. So it's a race bike, a road bike, as used by Bradley Wiggins and Mark Cavendish in the Tour de France. Pinarello Dogma 2, the bike is very high-end, very expensive bike, something I couldn't afford to break. Else I think I would have been shot or something, I don't know, murdered. So we made this video just trying to get as close to the limit as we could, but not go over it, and just try and have some fun on the bike. And it was easy to have fun on it. It's a fantastic bike, and yeah, we had a great time. It was brilliant.
How long did it last? I mean, where did you have to go to access these places?
A lot of it's shot on the Isle of Wight, which is where Blake lives. And the reason was there's a foam pit that he uses, so just before I actually started shooting the video I had a little go in the foam pit on the bike to see if I could flip it and stuff like that. So we did some shooting that day, and then it was quite a organic situation. It wasn't like we planned out some route, we just saw things that we liked. So I was like, oh, let's ride that, or listen, you know, there's a bridge in the video that I drove past and said to my wife, oh, I've got to ride over that, look at it.
What does she think?
Oh, she's used to me, so it's not, you know, she knows I like riding over things on bicycles, so she was like, yeah, it looks cool, I guess, you know. And yeah, and then I had a sleepless night thinking, why do I want to ride over that bridge for? It's really high. But, you know, so at the end result, you're always after this end result where it looks really great, you know. And I love making videos, you know, I love doing, that's what I always loved watching videos as a youngster of my favourite riders. So to do that now as a professional and have that as part of your job title is pretty great, you know. I
mean, what would you say the purpose of it was? Was it to prove that you can do that on a bike, or is it to prove that I don't know, the materials have now changed?
No, it's certainly it's not a proof of the strength of a Pinarello. All of the road bikes I've ridden, I've been walking around this show. There's I don't know how many brands, road bike brands here there are, but they're all fantastic, you know, and they're all amazingly strong, you know. The thing about a road bike, it's the pinnacle, it's like the F1 car, it's the pinnacle of development and technology in our sport. So it's a privilege to ride around on them for a bit of fun. And I mean, the truth of it is I'm not a very good road rider. You know, I might be good at wheelies and skids, but I'm not very good at riding road. And I'd be boring. Bradley Wiggins would make me look like an idiot. So I did something that he wouldn't do, you know, it was that simple. And I just wanted to have fun. I had a great time.
In the future, would you like to try out different brands and different bikes maybe and test them?
Well, I mean, yeah, my desire is to do some more riding on bikes. You know, I want to ride more, and I want to have the same kind of experiences I've had through doing Road Bike Party, where I had a great time. It's probably the most fun I've had on a bike, you know, that process, working with Robin Kitchin, who made the video, was the videographer, and Blake Sampson, who's the dirt jump rider, and he was there for a lot of it too, encouraging me, you know, you need a bit of that. And yeah, I mean, I'd love to do that again, but at some point I would have to persuade a bike brand to support me in doing it. And
so does anyone out there?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna see. You know, I mean, it's one of those things. A brand would have to really get behind it. they need to be quite brave. I'm not going to be nice to the bike. They need to know the bike can do it. What we can't do is make a video like that and the bike break. That would be terrible. I don't want to be making videos where I break bikes.
Or break yourself.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to do anything
right.
I don't think I can do. You know, I mean, if things go wrong, you know, that happens all the time. But I want to make an exciting video. I'm happy to push myself, but I want to be riding a bike that can take it. And
so you are looking to do it again then?
Well, you know, I'd love to. I would love to, but it's can I talk anyone in to help me do it? You know, at the end of the day, I'm just the guy who stands on the bike. There's a process behind there that means someone's got to support me, and I isn't a sponsor. So yeah, you know, I'm ever hopeful.
From the whole video and the different locations, which one would you say was the hardest? And you had to keep trying and trying and trying until you got it?
Well, there's sort of two. I thought about that a lot actually. There's a balance bit where I'm riding along this sort of wavy wall. That actually took a lot of goes, you know, I'll be honest. It was really difficult. And if any trials riders out there think it's easy, go and have a go. It's really difficult. It took me something like...
Can you give the location of that?
It's in Poole. It's in Poole at Sandbanks. And it's just a little wooden wall, and it's not very high, but it's kind of got a curve to it as well. So as you're going along it, you have to kind of straighten up. And my idea was to ride along it without stopping, but I couldn't do it. I had to, I sort of literally stop, move the bike and carry on. So it wasn't quite perfect.
Would you say there's any location where you kind of built up a bit of a crowd?
Well, that one did. That one did. We had a little crowd behind the camera, and when I finally did it, they all gave me a little round of applause. But the most difficult thing to do, and quite scary, I think, was, I think it looks quite easy on the video actually, is the wall of death. It's very hard. There's so much going on that's just not natural to you know, as a riding experience. You've got an awful lot of G-force, which you literally feel through your body. I hadn't really thought about that. You must keep a lot of weight on the rear tyre because you lose the grip and the bike starts dropping, and that's really frightening. Doing 30 mile an hour and the world is the wrong way up effectively, and it was really hard.
How long did that take you to?
Well, I only had 2 hours in there. You know, they were literally doing a show at an event, so we went into the event and I had about half hour of kind of trying to get used to it, and then we tried to shoot the scene. It's really hard, really hard to do. The major problem is because you're pedaling, they use a motorcycle in there, so they lean the bike up at quite a soft angle, so they're quite leant over, whereas on a push bike you're over a deeper angle because you're trying not to let your pedal hit the wall, which when you come over that way is pulling you down the wall, so you're kind of trying to pull yourself up the wall all the time, and you just know if I come off now, you're like kind of hammering round, and you can feel that there's high risk because there's nowhere to go. The world kind of does that. And you're like, well, if this goes wrong, you're going to hit something really hard, probably the floor. So
it is a lot different then to, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I loved doing it. I loved doing the Wall of Death. It was brilliant. And I wish I'd had more time in there because I think I could have done more on there. But yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, it's not so... I think it looks like you could just ride in there and go, oh, wow, this is so cool. What a great idea. But yeah, it's pretty fierce when you're doing it. It's quite a violent experience. It's quite cool.
I mean, do you always feel like you can tackle anything? Is that just the mentality of a rider, or do you think sometimes you have your doubts?
I think once you get a little bit of desire by the sort of end result, it's like, oh man, that would look great. I want to see that. Then it's quite easy because your passion is behind it. You sort of inspires yourself. If someone else says to you, I'd like you to do this, and you kind of think, oh, I'm not sure about that, then I think it would be very hard because you're forcing yourself to. So that's the beauty, I think, of making your own video, is that you're constantly living off your own inspiration, which makes it really easy. You're G'ing yourself up, and there's those internal, like, go on, you can do it, it's going to be brilliant, and imagine how great it's going to look, and you get excited. I'm very excitable, so I get really into it, and I want to see that, and when I see it, I want it to be me doing it, not someone else. So yeah, I mean, I can G myself up pretty good.